This world is so vast that there are places whose beauty will leave you breathless, making you feel as though you have wandered onto another planet. Imagine a deep valley where the water is so crystal clear that you can see ancient tree trunks resting peacefully at the bottom of the lake for hundreds of years, creating shimmering, multicolored mirrors that look almost surreal. Or imagine a land where God seems to have generously poured out his entire palette of colors, transforming barren mountain ranges into brilliant ribbons of rainbow stretching across the earth after the rain. There is also a vast green ocean of grass and wind, where herds of horses roam freely toward the horizon, carrying the spirit of wild and unrestrained nomadic dreams. Today, join me on a journey that will awaken all your senses and allow you to experience the powerful emotions inspired by nature's masterpieces, works of art created without brush or ink. Get ready to discover the destination that truly captures your heart. And don't forget to leave a comment telling me which place moved you the most after watching this video. Now close your eyes and imagine standing before a magnificent structure, one that was not built with bricks or stone, but carved directly into the mountains by human hands. 1. These are the Longji rice terraces, where the labor of generations over 6 centuries blends harmoniously with the untouched beauty of nature. Soft, graceful curves stretch from the bottom of the valley all the way to the towering mountain peaks, creating a breathtaking spectacle. You will see countless layers of terraced fields stacked one above another, resembling lush green ribbons winding and shimmering beneath the sunlight. During the summer, the entire landscape is covered in a refreshing shade of green, filled with the vitality of young rice plants. Gentle breezes sweep across the fields, causing them to ripple like green waves on a distant ocean. But when autumn arrives, the entire mountain region puts on a brilliant golden cloak, glowing with the richness and abundance of the harvest season. Think about the more than 6 centuries that have passed here. Every strike of the hoe, every drop of sweat, and every tear shed by the Yao and Zhuang people helped create this wonder. They transform steep and unforgiving mountain slopes into fertile fields, a testament to the boundless determination and creativity of humanity in the face of nature. You will be captivated by the ancient wooden stilt houses scattered along the mountainsides, where wisps of cooking smoke blend gently with the morning mist. Their weathered tiled roofs appear and disappear among the layers of rice terraces, creating a peaceful scene straight out of a fairy tale. Be sure to visit Huanglong village, where you can meet the Red Yao women, famous for their extraordinarily long black hair, a unique cultural tradition recognized by Guinness World Records. When spring arrives, the water-filled terraces become enormous mirrors reflecting the sky and the soft white clouds drifting overhead. The result is an enchanting landscape that seems to exist somewhere between reality and a dream. The gentle murmur of flowing streams blends with the echoing songs of the local people, creating a peaceful symphony that carries you away from the noise of the city and brings you back to the breath of the wilderness. At an elevation of more than 1,100 meters, we leave behind the winding rice terraces and invite you to step into another world, a place where the earth and sky meet beneath an endless blue expanse of freedom. 2. The Hulunbuir Grassland appears before you like an enormous green carpet stretching endlessly into the distance, so vast that you may feel as though you could run forever, without ever reaching the end. This is more than just a land. It is the soul of nomadic dreams. The name of this place comes from 2 legendary lakes, Hulun Lake and Buir Lake, symbols of an eternal love that has endured through time. Here you will stand beneath a vast, open sky. Take a deep breath and fill your lungs with the fresh scent of young grass and the winds of the vast wilderness. Look over there. Powerful horses are galloping freely, while flocks of pure white sheep drift across the green earth like clouds floating in the sky. The sight of thousands of animals moving across the land creates a magnificent spectacle, evoking the golden age of conquering horsemen. This is the birthplace of the mighty Mongol Empire, where Genghis Khan once trained his cavalry before setting out to conquer much of the known world. You can visit the traditional round yurts, sit beside a warm fire, and listen to stories of courage and heroism. Every morning when you wake, you will be greeted by a brilliant sunrise that slowly clears away the mysterious mist resting upon the dew-covered grass. Winding rivers flow through the landscape like silver ribbons stretched across the grasslands. The most remarkable of them is the Morghel River, famous for having some of the most graceful curves on earth. During the summer, the grassland transforms into a colorful sea of flowers, while their delicate fragrance drifts through the air. But the most unforgettable experience comes at night. Above the grassland, the sky is filled with stars so vivid and clear that you may feel as though you only need to raise your hand to touch them. The deep, haunting melodies of the Morin echo through the darkness, telling stories of heroes and eternal love. In that moment, all your worries seem to disappear, leaving behind only a profound connection with Mother Nature. Now prepare yourself for a dramatic change in scenery as we arrive at the 3-point Huanglong scenic area. Can you believe that a geological masterpiece resembling an enormous golden ribbon could wind its way through a deep mountain valley? Viewed from above, the terrace system of colorful pools resembles layers of glowing golden sediment flowing between permanently snow-covered peaks. The water here contains an unusually high concentration of minerals, creating colors that are almost impossible to find anywhere else on Earth. Over tens of thousands of years, calcium deposits have formed natural barriers that keep the water in each pool as still as a mirror. From crystal clear jade green and brilliant gold to deep blue and pure white, the colors of the water continuously change depending on the angle of the sunlight and the time of day. At an elevation of more than 3,000 meters, the air is thin and remarkably clear, making every detail of the landscape appear as sharp as a high-resolution photograph. Here, you can admire the five-color ponds, where hundreds of small pools in countless shapes resemble precious gemstones embedded in the mountains. Every step reveals a new perspective, as nature presents its most magnificent beauty. Waterfalls cascade over limestone terraces, creating curtains of mist that make the entire landscape appear otherworldly, like a hidden paradise beyond the mortal world. Don't forget to visit the ancient temples, resting quietly within the untouched forest, where you can discover a profound sense of peace and stillness. If you are fortunate, you may even encounter a giant panda or a rare golden snub-nosed monkey hiding among the dense foliage. Autumn is when Huanglong looks its most spectacular. The maple forests surrounding the pools turn brilliant shades of red and gold, their reflections shimmering across the multicolored water to create a breathtaking symphony of color. If you have ever dreamed of palaces above the clouds, then Mount Laojun is where that dream becomes reality. This is a sacred place closely associated with Laozi, the legendary founder of Taoism, whose teachings have endured for thousands of years. Standing at an elevation of more than 2,200 meters, you will feel as though you are at the boundary between the mortal world and a realm of absolute serenity. The sight that leaves every visitor speechless is the Golden Summit Complex. Its temples, crowned with brilliant gold-plated copper roofs, shine among an endless sea of clouds. The combination of ancient architecture and the mountain's dramatic terrain creates a landscape that feels majestic, sacred, and deeply mysterious. As the first light of dawn appears, or when the sun begins to set, the entire temple complex seems to blaze in a brilliant golden glow, appearing extraordinarily majestic and magnificent. Mount Laojun is also famous for its legendary sea of clouds. Vast waves of white clouds roll in like ocean swells, surrounding the sharp mountain peaks and revealing only the glittering temple roofs above. This breathtaking sight will leave you frozen in amazement and make you realize how small humanity is before the greatness of creation. Standing on the summit and looking down upon a pure white ocean of clouds is an experience you will never forget. During the winter, when snow blankets the cliffs and temple roofs, the mountain transforms into a living Chinese ink painting, remarkably pure, peaceful, and serene. The steep stone steps leading to the summit will truly test your patience and endurance. But once you reach the highest point and gaze into the distance, watching the entire world disappear beneath the sea of clouds, you will receive a priceless experience that will remain with you for the rest of your life. Amid this vast landscape, the sound of wind rushing through the ancient pine trees will help you rediscover a sense of inner peace and reflect more deeply on the meaning of life. Now prepare to enter a magnificent world that seems almost too extraordinary to be real. At the 4 Wulingyuan scenic area, you will hardly believe your eyes when you see more than 3,000 towering pillars of quartzite sandstone rising into the sky like sculptures created by nature itself. Formed over millions of years, some of these stone pillars rise more than 800 meters, standing proudly above the wilderness like divine guardians of a sacred land. This strange and majestic landscape inspired the floating mountains in the famous blockbuster movie Avatar. Over countless ages, wind and water erosion have shaped these extraordinary formations into forms that no architect could ever imagine. When mist covers the landscape, the stone pillars appear and disappear through the clouds, creating the illusion that they are truly floating in the sky. You can also experience the Bailong elevator, the world's tallest outdoor elevator. It carries you rapidly to the mountaintop, allowing you to take in the vast panorama of the stone forest in a matter of moments. Do not miss the Zhangjiajie area, home to the proudly towering Southern Sky Column, or Tianmen Mountain, with its enormous natural gateway that seems to defy every limit. The sheer cliffs and deep valleys will awaken your passion for exploration. Meanwhile, the road with 99 dangerous hairpin turns leading toward the mountaintop will make your heart race with excitement. Wulingyuan is not only famous for its stone pillars, it is also home to dense primeval forests that provide shelter for countless species of wildlife. You will hear birds singing as the wind passes through the rocky gaps, creating an atmosphere that feels wild, mysterious, and enchanting. Cliffside walking trails allow you to discover spectacular views over deep, lush green valleys, powerful evidence of nature's strength through hundreds of millions of years of geological transformation. If there is one place that deserves to be called paradise on earth, it must surely be Jiuzhaigou. Its name means the Valley of Nine Tibetan Villages. But what has truly made this place famous is the surreal beauty of its water. The water here is astonishingly clear. You can see all the way to the bottom, where ancient tree trunks have rested for centuries, covered in layers of mineral deposits like living fossils. The stillness of the lake makes you feel as though time has completely stopped. Every lake here is a unique work of art with colors that are never repeated. From the brilliant jade green of Five Flower Lake to the deep, ocean-like blue of Long Lake, the colors transform magically under the changing sunlight. You will also be overwhelmed by the thunderous roar of the multi-tiered waterfalls, including Huanglong Waterfall and Pearl Shoal Waterfall, where clouds of white spray fill the air. Like pearls melting in midair, sunlight passes through the mist, creating shimmering rainbows across the brilliant surface of the waterfalls. Surrounding these sparkling lakes are vast primeval forests. When autumn arrives, the entire valley seems to explode in shades of red, orange, and gold. These colors are reflected on the mirror-like surface of the water, creating a flawless natural masterpiece. You will also experience the rich cultural heritage of the Tibetan people through spinning prayer wheels, colorful prayer flags fluttering in the wind, and ancient villages featuring distinctive traditional architecture. During the winter, Jiuzhaigou transforms into a frozen wonderland. Waterfalls freeze into magnificent curtains of blue crystal, creating a scene so beautiful that no words can fully describe its purity and absolute stillness. Continuing our journey into a land of untouched beauty, the Seven Yading Nature Reserve appears like Mother Earth's final sanctuary. Known as the last Shangri-La, this region lies at an average elevation of more than 4,000 meters and preserves some of nature's most pristine and unspoiled landscapes. At the heart of Yading stand three sacred snow-covered mountains, Chenrezig, Jambyong, and Chanadorje. In the spiritual beliefs of the local people, they represent compassion, wisdom, and strength. Their sharp peaks pierce the deep blue sky and remain covered in eternal snow that never melts. These three mountains rise majestically, forming a powerful spiritual triangle in the heart of the Tibetan plateau. At their feet lie vast green meadows, where herds of yaks graze peacefully beside crystal-clear streams. You will need to follow challenging yet inspiring trekking routes to reach Milk Lake and Five Color Lake. These mysterious blue lakes rest quietly among rugged mountain cliffs. The water here is so deep in color and unbelievably pure that it resembles a rare magical potion from the realm of the gods. As you climb higher, the air becomes thinner and every breath grows heavier. But the overwhelmingly majestic landscape will make you forget your exhaustion. Yachting possesses a solemn and sacred beauty that makes you feel incredibly small before the greatness of the universe. During autumn, the surrounding forest turned brilliant gold, creating a striking contrast with the white snow and the deep blue sky of the plateau. This is more than a sightseeing trip. It is a journey back to your true self, a place where you can discover genuine stillness and immerse yourself in the untouched atmosphere of the highlands. Now open your eyes wide and prepare for an extraordinary feast of color at the 8. Zhangye Danxia Landform. You may feel as though a brilliant artist has poured an entire palette of colors across these mountains. Instead of the usual gray or green, the mountains are covered in ribbons of red, orange, yellow, green, brown, and purple. These colors weave together and flow rhythmically along the hillsides like rainbows stretching across the earth. This landscape was formed through the accumulation of red sandstone sediments and minerals over more than 24 million years. This unique phenomenon appears at its most vibrant after rainfall, when the moisture makes the colors of the rocks more vivid and sharply defined than ever. Covering an area of more than 500 square kilometers, Zhangye Danxia offers a landscape that feels desolate yet intensely alive. Its strangely shaped cliffs sometimes resemble ancient castles, and at other times appear like abstract sculptures carved by wind and time. Every natural formation here extends far beyond the limits of human imagination. Stand on one of the highest observation platforms as the sun begins to set. The last rays of daylight illuminate the landscape, making the layers of rock appear to burst into flames in brilliant shades of red. The result is a surreal scene whose full beauty is almost impossible for any camera to capture. This is a paradise for those who love. This is a paradise for lovers of beauty and photography, where you can witness the wonder of creation, transforming lifeless layers of earth and rock into a brilliantly colored work of art. Zhangye Danxia is a testament to the patience of time and the power of wind and sand over millions of years, working together to create an unprecedented masterpiece. Leaving these colorful landscapes behind, we now journey to Mount Yandang, where beauty has been forged by fire and time. This ancient volcano was active hundreds of millions of years ago. Today it has become a UNESCO Global Geopark, famous for its majestic, towering cliffs and dramatic natural scenery. 9. Mount Yandang. The name Yandang evokes the peaceful image of a lake on the mountaintop, where flocks of wild geese once stopped to rest among the reeds and tall grass. Every mountain and cave here carries a story rooted in ancient history. You will be captivated by the three great wonders of Yandang: Lingfeng Peak, Lingyan Rock, and Dalongqiu Waterfall. Look at this extraordinary single-drop waterfall. Water plunges from the mountaintop nearly 200 meters into the deep valley below, resembling a white silk ribbon suspended in the vast open sky. But what truly distinguishes Mount Yandang is the mysterious nighttime scenery of Lingfeng Peak. When darkness falls, the mountain peaks emerge beneath the gentle moonlight in shapes that inspire profound reflections on the connection between humanity and nature. The darkness seems to sculpt fantastical figures that are almost impossible to recognize in daylight. At one moment, you may see two soulmates resting against each other and whispering softly. At another, you may see the proud silhouette of an eagle preparing to spread its wings. Together, these images create an atmosphere filled with emotion and a deep sense of history. Ancient temples and shrines rest quietly inside natural caves, creating a perfect harmony between the beauty of nature and a profound spiritual atmosphere. Narrow trails clinging to the cliffs will offer thrilling experiences, while lush green valleys filled with the gentle sound of flowing streams bring an extraordinary sense of peace. Mount Yandang represents a remarkable harmony between the strength of stone and the softness of water. Finally, we arrive at one of the most important regions for biodiversity on the planet. 10. Baima Snow Mountain. This magnificent mountain range takes its name from the image of a white horse, symbolized by its snow-covered peaks rising above the clouds throughout the year as an emblem of purity. With its highest point reaching more than 5,400 meters, this region forms a natural divide between two major rivers, the Jinsha and the Longkang. Its rugged terrain and harsh climate have protected this land from excessive human impact. Here you will enter a kingdom of some of the world's rarest plants and animals. Look over there. That is the Yunnan snub-nosed monkey, with its distinctive black and white fur and remarkable face, a testament to the wonder of creation and humanity's efforts to protect it. The vegetation here changes dramatically with elevation. It ranges from lush broadleaf forests in the deep valleys to alpine meadows and snow-covered rocky deserts near the summits. These clearly defined vegetation zones create a richly layered portrait of life. During the summer, vast fields of rhododendrons bloom in countless brilliant colors against the white snow, creating an extraordinarily magnificent sight. Standing on Baima Pass, at an elevation of more than 4,000 meters, you will breathe air that is thin yet exceptionally pure. You can feel the breath of the wilderness and admire the entire mountain range stretching beneath the morning sunlight. Baima Snow Mountain possesses a wild and untouched beauty. Here, life emerges from the harshest conditions, creating one of the most diverse ecosystems on Earth. This is where humanity and nature find perfect harmony in the silence of snow and ice. The images you have just seen have probably revealed only a small part of the magnificence of the real world. Beyond our familiar surroundings lie countless wonders that words and images can never fully capture. You see, some forms of beauty can never be contained within the frame of a camera. There are feelings that you can only understand when you stand in the heart of the wilderness, breathe the thin air of a towering mountain summit, or touch the freezing water of a pristine stream. Only then do you truly feel alive. The way your heart trembles before a magnificent landscape is a priceless gift that life offers to those who dare to explore. Do not allow your nomadic dreams to remain trapped on a phone screen or hidden within the pages of an old book. Consider this a sincere invitation from nature, a powerful reason to pack your backpack and begin writing the next chapter of your own journey. Every adventure is not only an opportunity to admire beautiful scenery, but also a chance to discover new limits within yourself and find peace within your soul. Of the 10 destinations we have just explored, which one would you place at the top of your lifetime travel list? Share your answer in the comments below.